slowest-growing economies in the nation. Business owners complain that the unfavorable regulatory environment, including the newly instated $15 an hour minimum wage, has simply made it too costly to operate in the city. What's happening in the Big Apple is a microcosm of what's happening in the nation's blue state cities and towns. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, the places where power and capital have historically congregated, have become so overregulated, so overpriced and mismanaged, and so morally bankrupt and soft on crime that people are leaving in droves. The cost of popular moving truck services, such as U-Haul, is largely determined by the ironclad laws of supply and demand. Turns out, the demand for trucks leaving blue states like New York and heading to red states exceeds the demand for trucks going in the opposite direction. A route from California to Texas, for example, costs more than twice as much as a route from Texas to California. Want to go from Los Angeles to Dallas? $2,558. The trip in the opposite direction? Just $1,232. Texas is the #1 state people drive moving trucks to, with states like Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Colorado rounding out the top 10. The states that people are fleeing? California, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. Census data reflect these trends. Between 2017 and 2018, Texas and Florida were the big winners in overall population gains. During that time span, the Lone Star State gained more than 379,000 residents, while the Sunshine State gained more than 322,000. The big losers? New York, California, and Illinois. California alone saw a net loss of over 1 million residents between 2007 and 2016. The overwhelming top destination for those ex-Californians was Texas, followed by Arizona, Nevada, and Oregon. The largest socioeconomic segment moving from California is the middle class. The state is home to some of the most burdensome taxes and regulations in the nation, and its social engineering, from green energy to wealth redistribution, has made many working families poorer. As California continues its long decline, the exodus of middle-class working families accelerates. The last decade has seen a significant exodus from some of the nation's biggest blue states, while many red states continue to gain population. Figures from the U.S. Census Bureau show that between July 2017 and July 2018, the nation's biggest population losers were the high-tax states of New York and Illinois. During that 1 year alone, the total populations of New York and Illinois declined by 48,510 and 45,116, respectively. 2018 marked the 5th straight year in which Illinois saw a population decline. Democrat-controlled Hawaii and Connecticut were also among the top population losers. We have seen how Texas, which topped the list of states in population growth, saw an addition of nearly 380,000 people during that same time span, and Florida, a close second, added 322,000. Both are traditional Republican strongholds. When you break the census data down in percentage terms, Republican-controlled Nevada, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, and Florida saw the nation's biggest population gains. These are no coincidences. While the bulk of out-migration from these states is the result of people fleeing cities, the trend extends to rural areas situated in blue states as well. Small communities in states like Connecticut are unable to counteract the drag of bad governance at the state level. Generally, only immigration from foreign nations is propping up population figures in blue states, and the new arrivals from other countries tend to be lower skilled and rely more heavily on government services than the residents they are replacing. Americans just don't want to live in the blue states governed by Democrats anymore. It's easy to understand why. In New York, a combination of increasing costs and worsening conditions under Sandinista supporting New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, together with restrictive policies strangling corporate growth in the rest of the state, make the state a demographic disaster. All told, the number of citizens leaving the state is at its highest rate since the bad old days of the 1970s.